Greetings and salutations from the southern tropics of Michigan. I'm Jordan the IT guy, and today, let's chat about dark mode and config manager, because why not? For those of you playing along at home, the dark mode and configuration manager has been something that has been demanded or requested strongly, shall we say, by admins for several years now. It's a feature that has always been kind of like, but why? It's an admin console, what do you want dark mode for? And really, there's a couple of real legitimate reasons for it. One of those is the fact that as long-term computer users, using light mode all the time can actively cause strain on the eyes depending on what type of vision you have and depending on how long you spend staring at a computer screen. The second reason why this is actually a viable real request is it's a key fast identifier to determine, am I in production or am I not? Because after all, some of us are fortunate to have test environments, and some of us are also fortunate enough to have production. Let's jump into how to get this feature configured, set up, and enabled. I have a lab environment here that's been configured already and is currently running 2203, the current production build. In order to get this configured, we will have to do a couple of things. The first thing we'll need to do, if you haven't done so already, is consent to pre-production features, or pre-release features. To do this, navigate to Administration, it's down in the bottom left, down here. Head on up to Sites under Site Configuration, it's over here. Select your site, select Hierarchy Settings in the ribbon. Once in the Hierarchy Settings in the ribbon, you'll need to choose the option to Consent to Use Pre-Release Features. Enabling this checkbox here enables you to turn on features that are still part of pre-release. I've already done so here, as it takes a moment or two in order to do that. I'm going to click OK. I'm then going to navigate to Features, go to Console Dark Theme, and select Turn On. I'll hit Yes. This is going to take a moment for it to turn on. While it's doing that, just going to check and see if I happen to have a copy of Zoom In on this machine while it's enabling there. Looks like I do. Just hasn't started with Windows. Okay. Again, while that's turning on, we would go to Sites, Hierarchy Settings, Consent to Use Pre-Release Features, Features, Console Dark Theme, Enable. Now, I will preface all of this with, if you do have a production environment only, you should strongly consider this on whether you should or shouldn't enable this, because once you enable consent for pre-release features, it cannot be turned back off. There are some features that do come out in pre-release that are basically production ready, and they are, of course, under support for Microsoft, so you should be able to turn them on with total confidence. Just be aware they are pre-release and they may have some bugs, or features, let's call them. Now, once you've done this, you'll be able to click up here to enable the mode, but before you do that, you do have to close the console and reopen it. Alright, now if we click in the top left corner up here, you'll see that there's a new option presented called Switch Console Theme. I'm going to go ahead and select this, which will then enable dark mode. I'm then going to close and reopen one more time just to enforce that all things across the platform are in fact put in dark mode. As you can see, it's pretty okay. It is still in pre-release, so there are still going to be some things that they're working on and things they're improving. Know that when you right-click on most things, if you go into something like, let's say, Administration, Site Configuration, Sites, and if you look at the properties of the site, you can see it's not quite in dark mode yet. It's just a limitation of some of the code behind in the console for how the forms and different things get driven to pop up. But overall, looking at it and looking at different pieces of software in your environment, It's a lot easier to look at and see things, and it also quickly tells you whether you're in production or if you're in your dev environment. As always, I hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching.